Hi, I'm Nick DeMoro, Instructional Coordinator at Genesee Valley BOCES and Co-Chair of the Civic Coalition.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Burns. I'm from Monroe One BOCES. I'm Social Studies Instructional Specialist and Co-Chair of the Civic Coalition.
My name is Nick Mollenkamp. I'm a social studies teacher at Byron Virgin High School. I teach U.S. history, government, and politics, and I am one of the members of the planning committee of the Civic Coalition.
So the Civic Coalition is a diverse network of educators across New York State and across our region in particular that is committed to bridging political divides in the classroom, because we believe you can do that. We believe the classroom is a space where people can come together and learn skills to talk across political divides. So we have monthly meetings virtually, and we have over 100 members in New York State as part of the coalition. And we hear from a variety of civic educators, civic experts on how to do civic education well, support the New York State SEAL Civic Readiness, which is a great program we have here in New York. And most importantly, we kind of feel is how to bridge divides. So Jimmy, we started this together with just 12 people in the fall of 2024, and now we're over 100 educators. Talk about our process and how we've gotten to the point where it's over 100 educators across New York.
Yeah, so what we do is we introduce quality research materials and to educators through expert-led virtual sprint PD sessions. We have about a half an hour where we're meeting with the expert who are sharing their research materials, and then we have the second half hour where we break out into some breakout rooms. We connect educators directly with these experts. We put them in contact with one another to help them explore what they can do and how to do it well.
So Nick is one of the teachers that's part of the coalition. You're still in the classroom. Jimmy and I kind of serve the facilitation role. What kind of impact has this had in your community and you think with other educators?
So one of the things I think we have to remember is students today are our leaders of tomorrow. And I will say with certainty that polarization is actually driving our young people away from being interested in politics and being involved. And some of the ideas and strategies that we cover in our coalition, it actually helps promote real dialogue among students, and it helps them understand some of the difficult political concepts that we cover in class.
We got some videos from some coalition members from around the region that they wanted to share what it meant to be in the coalition.
I was struck, having participated in the bridging breakout sessions, by how each participant who shared the story of coming to his or her political worldview felt that was a really meaningful process and felt validated by having shared. And I think having experienced that process themselves, it's going to allow them to unlock similar opportunities for students in the classroom to share their story.
Being a part of the Civic Coalition this year meant a lot to me personally and professionally. It was just a wonderful reset every month to be able to sit down with my colleagues and talk about how we are supporting civic education.
So we're recording this video because we're really thrilled that Listen First Project and Mount Vernon has recognized us with the George Washington Unity Award. So we want to say thank you to Listen First and Mount Vernon for this award. It means a lot to us. And we're excited as to how that can move forward into more work.
In the heart of metropolitan Detroit lies Farmington Hills, a small town with deep roots and a strong sense of identity. But, like every community, it has its flaws.
One of the immediate issues that came up was the disparate number of African Americans traveling on the roads to, through, and around Farmington Hills who were ticketed, pulled over, given citations.
I think the experience of the bridging process gave us the vehicle that drew together disparate characters with a mission they didn't know they had.
And in my view, love conquers all. We always hear it. And it was about time that we started practicing it.
Felt like this is great. You know, it's because we really are part of each other's communities. Because it's important to me, it's important to you. And that's the kind of place I want to be.
The goal of the program is not to teach people how to have civil conversation. It is to teach people how to build personal relationships grounded in trust, centered in their personal stories, which reveal the values which are the foundation of trust.
We went ahead and we found out that we could talk to each other, that we could go beyond outward appearances, who we are as human beings, cutting down barriers, being able to see and read each other's hearts and our souls, and therefore work together.
Here is someone that sees a part of the community I cannot see, that sees the world and history in a way that I cannot see. And it's a great gift to us. 6 of us together can see this community in a way that no other group can do that because we trust each other's perspective.
Because people are coming from far and near so that they can hear what Juneteenth is about and realize that no matter what your ethnicity is, or your gender, you have a part to play.
If we can be a people who can talk to each other, you know, and appreciate each other, then we can be an example for the rest of the world.
You know, we always hear about anything's possible. And this is just one more time God is showing me that anything is possible.
The Needham Resilience Network is bringing leaders in our community together across sectors, across differences, for a stronger, more connected future. Representative networks like this have been shown to increase growth and innovation and improve resilience to disaster and violence. But here, it was born out of a moment of need. In 2021, Needham was divided, and it faced a 350% uptick in reported hate incidents. Rather than accept this as our new normal, our network reflected on what belonging could look like here. They learned skills for communicating across differences, and they began to collaborate on a local challenge. That first cohort created a community response team to counter hate and foster social cohesion.
Our second cohort has followed the same curriculum in communicating across differences, but it collaborated around a new goal: mental health. In the past 5 years, our local police and hospital have seen a major increase in mental health-related calls and diagnoses, and the youth in our public schools have simultaneously faced skyrocketing behavioral health challenges. Belonging, community support, and access to services are protective factors for mental health. So Cohort 2 is using these tools to tackle mental health challenges within Needham.
So this year, Cohort 2 held focus groups, or what we'd like to call discovery sessions, to really learn about what each of their subnetworks were experiencing for mental health and what different programmings that they'd like to see within Needham.
Rather than pile it on, keeping them in a situation where their well-being is okay before they have to go deal with somebody in a crisis.
And our students are really impacted by not being able to participate in a lot of activities after school.
And based on what they learned from their discovery sessions, they designed and implemented various wellness programs that really fit their needs and hopes for their subnetworks.
We believe some of the art design, for example, the lotus flower, by coloring it help you to free from the mud.
And ultimately was to develop a well-being policy and procedure for our department.
All of this will culminate on September 28th with the Public Free Festival, which we're calling Needham Thrives.
It's the belonging, the feeling of belonging drives us moving forward.
Students and the whole community can come together, learn from each other, and be better.
In just 4 years, 41 NRN leaders have forged friendships, built trust, practiced skills in deep listening and dialogue, and met urgent community needs. As a network of networks, we have greater reach than ever before. We're proving that diversity plus belonging equals strength, and together we can overcome any challenge.
We are the Walworth County Uniters. We come from many different career paths, life experiences, and perspectives. Yet we share the same goal, to make our community in southeastern Wisconsin stronger, safer, and more supported for everyone. Mental health struggles don't discriminate, but unfortunately, access to resources that help address these struggles have been historically limited in our rural area. Without such support, stigmas and lack of understanding around mental health issues have resulted that are driving wedges between neighbors, families, and even community care providers. As individuals who each believe in our community is stronger together than we are divided, we've formed a group to combat this division and increase access to resources that we can bring our community together.
This past year, our little team of 6 Walworth County Uniters has been busy putting together all kinds of community events. Each one has been a way to bring people together, sometimes to just laugh and have fun, and other times to connect with resources that can really make a difference in people's lives. One of my favorite memories was our trunk or treat last October. As a teacher, I couldn't help but smile watching kids running around in costumes, parents chatting and laughing, and everyone just enjoying the moment. But what really stood out to me was how, in the middle of all that fun, families were also learning about the resources in our community that can bring healing and connection. It was such a beautiful mix of joy and purpose, all in one place.
One of the most meaningful moments for me with the Walworth County Uniters was participating in the Be Kind Whitewater Fair. That's when we really started to connect with local organizations and the broader community. It's inspiring to see other groups realize that we weren't competing with them. Our goal was simply to support and promote their work, all for the betterment of the community. Through the fair, we created spaces for collaboration, shared resources, and meaningful dialogue. It reminded me that when organizations and neighbors come together with a shared purpose, we can strengthen the community in ways none of us could achieve alone.
As a mom of a child with special needs, the community conversation that we co-hosted in Lake Geneva was incredibly powerful. It brought together friends, neighbors, families caring for someone with mental health challenges, and local law enforcement. Through dialogue, we helped shape how law enforcement responds to mental health related calls, creating more understanding, compassion, and better outcomes for everyone involved. Events like this highlight that mental health affects us all, and by fostering open dialogue, we build empathy, hope, and real change.
As the Walworth County Uniters, we represent a living cross-section of our county, a reminder that real change is possible when we listen, support, and act together. We are here to shine a light, to build hope, and to ensure that every person has access to care, understanding, and compassion, because every person deserves to be seen, heard, and cared for.
A community divided over a blue line in the street. Leaders say it's a symbol meant to support police, but it drew so much criticism, they decided to change it.
If you don't like it, you can walk out those doors.
This kind of liberal, this kind of radical. What is that? You're talking to your neighbor.
I was just raising the question if there were people in our community who could imagine a different future, to model something that would be large enough to affirm all of us.
It is so exciting to highlight the work of our team. Here in Warwick, New York, we use 4 approaches to bridging divides in our community. Our dialogue programs engage participants in activities that build trust and lead to respectful conversations. We offer facilitator training, knowing that well-trained facilitators are critical to successful dialogue. We have action teams that identify needs in our community they believe, when addressed, will bring benefits to all residents. And lastly, our community programs are designed to build connection and highlight our shared humanity.
We the People of Warwick has 2 action teams that focus on storytelling and social emotional wellness. To bridge divisions within our community, our members identified personal storytelling as an effective way to promote understanding, build connection, and strengthen community. We have 2 popular storytelling programs, Warwick Story Share and A Day in the Life. Our social emotional wellness team emphasizes that every community member holds the agency to help shape the kind of community they want to live in. This team's current initiatives are encouraging random acts of kindness and promoting casual neighborhood gatherings.
Another major focus of We the People Warwick is positive youth development. We are proactively approaching the youth mental health crisis through programs that highlight self-care and creative expression. Volunteers from the community support this endeavor by sharing their skills and expertise. They offer experiential learning opportunities with the goal of helping youth translate the skills learned into their day-to-day lives. To learn more about all of our initiatives, visit our website, wethepeoplewarwick.org. Thank you.
Thank you.